on his ear.
Suffice to say, we've seen Scottie Wrenn do precisely that over the years. And we're talking about this ticking time bomb. I know it's an often overused cliche, but this guy is so damn dangerous, and I think it's actually got a lot of people sitting on the edge of their seats, knowing that Wrenn, oh, it's a flying elbow right to the chest of David Young, knowing that Scottie Wrenn is now aligned with the Sinister Minister, the man who brings fire to the ring. No more mummies, please. Promise.
No mummies, I promise you.
That's my man.
What I have are lost souls. Scottie Wrenn is a lost soul. I'm going to debut another one in the very near future. You're going to be amazed at what's going to go on here, Mr. Prazak.
I'm already amazed. You are so full of tricks, Cinny. Oh, dear, David Young now planting Scottie Wrenn smack dab in the middle of the ring. We're talking about two guys who actually have very similar pedigrees, but now with Wrenn is now his affiliation with you, I think the edge might belong to the ticking time bomb.
You're absolutely right. I am the man that holds the ignition, that holds the button that's going to detonate the ticking time bomb, Mr. Prazak. Like I said, I searched the dark underbelly of humanity to find just the right pieces to make NWA Wildside become the kind of organization that it needs to be. And after all, NWA Wildside has been held in the clutches of that petulant slumlord, Steve Martin, for how long? A year and a half? We're going to put an end to that. Steve Martin is the kind of low-life scumbag that would smear his manhood in tuna and then go hammer the teeth out of a house cat. He meets and or exceeds every federal minimum standard for being a low-life scumbag. Now, you know as well as I do that I enjoy... look at that! This isn't going to last long. I guarantee you Scottie Wrenn's going to make a great comeback.
I think you're right. We've seen more than a few instances of that in the recent past. But I know that your affiliation over the years, certainly with me and ECW, of course, by being involved with the ECW World Tag Team Champions, and we saw how vicious they became as soon as your affiliation with them became known. I can't help but think that transformation with Scottie Wrenn is showing its sort of ugly face, if you'll forgive the expression, even as we speak.
Absolutely. If you think about it, Yoshihiro Tajiri and Mikey Whipwreck were considered to be second or third tier players in ECW until I came in and I unleashed their inner demons. I helped them realize that there was no reason to withhold anything. I helped them realize that it was best to go ahead and unleash the fires of hell on anybody who got in their way, and that's exactly what Scottie Wrenn is going to be doing here in NWA Wildside. What's going on here with this David Young is nothing more than a mere setback. In fact, he's turned the tide right now.
He really is planting David Young square face first in the middle of the ring. And Scottie Wrenn and David Young, two guys who have no small medal of wrestling experience and wrestling power here at NWA Wildside, are showing it full force here. Wrenn is coming to his feet, and David Young is showing some major effect of Scottie Wrenn's power. Oh dear, and the scary part about you being involved in NWA Wildside, Cinny, I don't mind telling you, forthcoming at Freedom Fight. Now, I'm not quite sure what you're going to be involved with, but I can't help but think that you're going to be involved in Freedom Fight here on June 30th.
Oh, things at Freedom Fight are going to get ridiculously warm. I guarantee you that.
Like it's not hot enough here in Cornelia, Georgia. Good Lord! David Young dragging what's left of the body of the ticking time bomb, Scottie Wrenn, with no apologies, all right, and once again in the middle of the ring. I got a quick thing in the middle of the ring. Andrew Thomas now counting both athletes out. Young, though, creeping up to his feet. What a main event this week on NWA Wildside. Young up for the pin. Scottie Wrenn awfully close to the ropes, able to get a shoulder up. Wrenn is made out of some strong stuff. Perhaps it's that inner demon you two bring up.
Well, you're going to have to bear with me here, Mr. Prazak. I'm busy playing with my Ouija board. I'm trying to channel the spirit of David Crockett. I think that he's starting to interfere with my color commentating duties.
Well, we saw he's been dead for a while, so I'm not quite sure how lively that spirit is. But right now, David Young is trying to open up on Scottie Wrenn. I think Scottie Wrenn could be channeling some of his inner demons right now. He doesn't need channeling David Crockett, though. Thank you very much.
You know, if you think about it, Mr. Prazak, all of the great religious leaders over time have always embraced the disenfranchised, the scapegoats. those who are left of center. That's exactly what I bring to NWA Wildside. That's why I found a man like Scottie Wrenn, who has been put upon, who has been mistreated by that scumbag Steve Martin for so long, and I finally opened the door. I brought the key that opened the gates to hell and let him enjoy his inner scumbag, that let him come to fruition, that let him realize exactly what it takes to be a winner in the Wildside.
Oh dear, so in other words, your attempt to get rid of some of the scumbags here at Wildside, you want to bring out the scumbag in your hires, so to speak.
It takes a filthy scumbag to beat a filthy scumbag. That's what I have always said.
I have never heard the word scumbag used quite so often during the call of a professional wrestling match.
Absolutely.
And it looks like David Young now has the positive side on the top of Scottie Wrenn. Attempted a moonsault. The ticking time bomb rolls out of the way. I guess it's applause to that inner demon. Oh, a big leg drop now on the prone body, David Young. Whoa!
It's time to bring out the lost soul.
Oh, good Lord. Sinister Minister taking off the headsets. Now here come the Kohl brothers. It's Terry Knight. It's Mr. Wildside, Steve Martin, opening up on Scottie Wrenn. Uh-oh, Sinister Minister runs out of the building. I don't like this at all. I'm being joined by Dan the Dragon Wilson. Never send Sinister Minister up here again.
It's Rick Michaels. Rick Michaels to make the save for Scottie Wrenn, and taking his former tag team partner has David Young joined Steve Martin.
Oh, I can't imagine that. There's supposed to be some sort of affinity between David Young and Rick Michaels. Surely, after all they've been through, it has to be. Well, I'll check that. I guess not.
David Young showing where his true colors lie. And that's in the back pocket of Mr. Wildside. It's total destruction!
Total destruction, Sean Royal, Rusty Riddle, in to do a number on the Kohl brothers. Two canker sores on the butt of professional wrestling. Total destruction and the Kohls going at it out the ringside. And David Young and Terry Knight opening up on Scottie Wrenn. And Steve Martin all by himself on Rick Michaels. Oh, good Lord.
The fireball just went. Sinister Minister is shooting. He just shot fireballs out into the... Oh, my goodness.
He shot a fireball in the direction of Mr. Wildside, Steve Martin. Steve Martin ought to thank his lucky stars he got out of the way. You know, actually, Wildside actually had a reasonable tan at one time. He's now white as a sheet. Looks like David Young may have gotten the worst of that. Oh my, fire getting involved. Scottie Wrenn, Rick Michaels, and the Sinister Minister.
Steve Martin, if you have the balls to get out here on June 30th at Freedom Fight, you're going to find out the fight isn't going to be about freedom. It's going to be about retribution. Infernal retribution. It's going to be about infernal damnation. You're going to find out the hard way that revenge is not a dish best served cold. You see, at Freedom Fight, when those dirtbags beside you get in the ring with Scottie Wrenn and Rick Michaels, the newest member of my Legion of Lost Souls, you're going to see that we're not setting the stage, we're setting the table. A burning table. And the only way to win the match at Freedom Fight is to send your opponent